Hailed as a return to diplomacy, the first in-person G7 summit in 2 years was unmistakably a meeting of the pandemic era, with glass shields separating delegates and not a handshake in sight.
Among the many subjects we discussed was first and foremost the strong support we're getting from the United States on dealing with the COVID situation.
India was a special guest.
We will be having a lot of discussions with others who had similar issues.
But threw the summit briefly into doubt after 2 of its officials tested positive for coronavirus, forcing the entire delegation into quarantine.
The individuals concerned, they're all isolating now, and I will be seeing the Indian Foreign Minister later on this afternoon, but that will be a Zoom exchange, I'm given to understand.
Good afternoon, always great. Pleasure to welcome you as state.
China wasn't present but loomed large, with discussions on the origins of coronavirus, climate change and Beijing's trade war with Australia.
We also saw Australia getting treated pretty poorly when they called for an independent investigation into coronavirus with sanctions and tariffs on its goods by Beijing. So the idea is to unite the world's liberal democracies.
3 of the 4 G7 outsiders here this week, South Korea, India and Australia, have all felt the ire of Beijing in recent years, including trade feuds and border disputes. London's decision to invite them was no accident. It was a clear message to China. A communiqué issued late on Wednesday took a tough line, calling out human rights abuses in Xinjiang and Beijing's theft of intellectual property.
It's going to need to take a look in the mirror and understand that it needs to take into account this growing body of opinion that thinks these basic international rules have got to be adhered to.
Talks looked at ways to stymie China's growing influence.
I know there are suggestions talking about the idea of coming up with some sort of economic alliance where we can help shield one another from the worst aspects of Beijing's economic coercion.
The main event is still to come, when the G7 Leaders Summit gets underway in Cornwall in June. Linton Besser, ABC News, London.